September 5, 1972. West Germany is hosting the Summer Olympics, attempting to project an image of a new, peaceful nation. Organizers dubbed it the Games of Peace and Joy, deliberately keeping security loose and the Olympic Village open to foster a friendly atmosphere. That open layout left the athletes vulnerable. At 4:30 in the morning, 8 terrorists from the Palestinian militant group Black September scaled a chain-link fence in tracksuits and infiltrated the Israeli quarters. Within minutes, 2 Israeli athletes were dead, and 9 more were taken hostage. The militants barricaded themselves inside, demanding the release of 234 Palestinian prisoners held in Israeli jails. The standoff culminated at the Fürstenfeldbruck airport. West German authorities attempted an ambush, but their snipers were underprepared and lacked an accurate count of the terrorists. In the ensuing shootout, a terrorist detonated a grenade inside a helicopter. All 9 remaining Israeli hostages were killed. For Israel, the takeaway was absolute. Standard international law and foreign security forces were incapable of protecting their citizens abroad. Back home, the grief shifted into intense public rage. The Israeli government faced massive pressure to take direct action outside the usual diplomatic channels. Prime Minister Golda Meir, initially hesitant to violate foreign sovereignty, eventually authorized a chilling new policy: blood for blood. Behind closed doors, Meir authorized a state-sponsored assassination campaign. Mossad was tasked with hunting down the perpetrators across the globe, ignoring international borders to ensure the targets were eliminated. Israel made a deliberate calculation to abandon international norms, deciding that the only way to ensure survival was to become as ruthless as the groups that attacked them. Mossad intelligence officer Michael Harari organized Operation Wrath of God as a highly structured military campaign, divided into specialized roles and technical units. Harari divided 15 elite agents into 5 specialized units, named Aleph to Kof. Teams handled logistics, safe houses, and intense surveillance, all funneling down to the Aleph unit, 2 highly trained executioners. The executioners often left a psychological calling card. Hours before a hit, Mossad would send the target's family a bouquet of flowers and a card reading, "Remember, we neither forget nor forgive." Then the agents would shoot the target 11 times, 1 bullet for every murdered athlete. Other hits required complex engineering. In Paris, an agent posing as an Italian journalist called PLO operative Mahmoud Hamshari to confirm his identity, immediately detonating the explosive planted inside the phone receiver. A month later in Cyprus, agents slipped into the hotel room of Hussein al-Bashir and planted a pressure-activated bomb under his mattress, triggering the moment he lay down to sleep. These sophisticated assassinations eliminated the architects of the Munich attack, while paralyzing the surviving PLO leadership with deep paranoia. But stealth had its limits. 3 of the top PLO commanders on Mossad's list were stationed in Lebanon, heavily guarded by armed militias. These targets lived in a 7-story apartment complex in the center of Beirut. Surrounded by tight security patrols and foreign civilians, they felt entirely safe. Mossad coordinated an amphibious raid with the Israeli Navy and elite Sayeret Matkal commandos. Under the cover of night, male commandos disguised themselves as women, strolling arm in arm with other agents to bypass street security without drawing suspicion. Once inside, the teams moved with lethal precision. They blew the apartment doors, executed all 3 PLO leaders simultaneously, and fought their way back out through a shootout with the Lebanese police. The Beirut raid proved that Israel was willing to launch overt military assaults inside foreign capitals to reach their targets. Mossad's primary target was Ali Hassan Salameh, the mastermind behind the entire Munich operation. In the summer of 1973, intelligence chatter placed Salameh in the quiet town of Lillehammer, Norway. The assassination squads quickly moved in. But the intelligence was a deliberate plant. Mossad mistakenly tracked and executed an innocent Moroccan waiter named Ahmed Bouchiki on his way home from work. Norwegian police arrested 6 Mossad agents. Under interrogation, the details of Operation Wrath of God were exposed to the global press, triggering immediate international condemnation. The exposure deeply embarrassed the Israeli government, forcing Golda Meir to completely suspend the assassination program. The operation lay dormant for years, until 1978, when Prime Minister Menachem Begin reactivated the kill squads, with one primary goal: finishing the hunt for Salameh. Mossad tracked him back to Beirut. A female agent posing as a British citizen rented an apartment overlooking Salameh's daily route, meticulously studying his convoy's patterns. On January 22, 1979, as Salameh's motorcade drove past a parked car, Mossad agents detonated the explosives, finally killing the target after a 7-year search. While one of the Munich gunmen managed to survive in hiding, the 20-year operation successfully dismantled the specific networks that orchestrated the 1972 attack. Operation Wrath of God established a permanent doctrine of extrajudicial deterrence, demonstrating that the reach of Israeli intelligence spanned international borders regardless of local laws.